Grand Rising, Grand Day. Welcome to Healing Hype Man. My name is Alvin. Sorry for the awkward intro. I was just feeling things out. Message of the day. You see the title below, so if this resonates with you, then stick around and watch the story unfold. I meditated on the cards prior to hitting record. Some things came up. I'll probably share them as we go through. I feel like I know that there is spirit in the room, like a spirit, multiple actually is what they said to me. I use my body as a pendulum to ask yes or no questions. Let's see where this goes. Let's see what the cookie crumbles. Something about Rome, Roman Empire. There definitely was a boat sailing as well. Oh, Pisces, the fish came up. Pisces, the fish, and a bike seat lock. Like that specific lock where you like pull the lever and you twist it and then you tighten it. Like a bike seat lock. I don't know. I'm going to use this shamanic healing oracle, and then we're going to dive into some tarot. Let's dive in. Show me what I need to see. Let's just pull 3 cards. No. 2 cards. Yes. Ascension. I feel like that's what's happening. Not gonna lie. Oh boy. Just like the smile on my face says it all. I guess I was really waiting for cards to pop out. Normally I pull them after 3 shuffles. Ascension and healing energy. I don't know why I'm smiling. Oh, there's something happy about that. There is ascension taking place. There's healing energy that's taking place. You're ascending it within your healing journey. This is Healing Hype Man. Let's dive into these. I haven't pulled. These were my very first cards. Oh my God. You can go back. Actually, this is YouTube. You can go back and see the very first cards I ever pulled were the shamanic healing. I just love the gold foil. Ascension. How do you want me to read this? Some of those following a spiritual path have ascension as an ultimate goal. However, ascension portrayed in art and literature as a great leap into instant nirvana. It is actually a giant work of, art and fiction. Rather, ascension is a process of conscious living. I've been exploring the conscious and the subconscious and like how I can pursue my clinical work in that. We are all spiritual beings. We are all souls in a human body who are living life on this earth in order to learn and grow at the soul's level. That is being spiritual. Whether you are conscious of it or not, you are walking towards ascension. Each experience, relationship, obstacle, joy, and creation will bring you one step closer on the ladder to where we all end, with a greater awareness of ourselves than we started out with. This situation, at its best, is a rug on the ladder of our soul's path towards ascension. Those words really... This path, this journey is nothing but gaining awareness into yourself. I wonder if it's about gaining insight and awareness into others. I mean, like, I love human behavior. Like, I understand how others behave, and I'm fascinated by that on a conscious and subconscious level. But it's constantly just gaining awareness. Everything you do, whatever you did in high school, you gained awareness about yourself. Whatever you did post high school, I don't know why I'm thinking of that. College, right? Whether you went or not, whatever job you have, whatever the relationships that you're in, right? You're gaining a sense of awareness, and we only gain awareness by experiencing. And that is what is being that is what is being presented here, is that ascension is a consistent flowing thing, whether you want to think of, if you want that to be in your in a sense of awareness or not, whether you're aware of it or not, we're consistently and constantly ascending to some degree. Healing energy, drawing this card gives you work with guides you to work with energy on a healing level. Take a class, go and receive a Reiki healing. That was one of the first things that I did. Oh my God, it was fantastic. Or just sit in meditation and concentrate on mindfulness. Alternately, this card signifies healing is taking place within a relationship. It's all about the Creator's love, and Creator's love fill you up. When you are living in a vibration of healing, you not only affect yourself, but those around you. So, ladies and gentlemen, 6 minutes in, we are ascending and healing. Healing who? Healing thyself. Welcome to your ascension. Let me sit with this for a second. Ascension isn't necessarily like up, 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 and up, right? There needs to be experiences. You cannot ascend without going back or having a mess up or a wrong turn is what I like to call it, right? I always say, like, okay, where did you make a wrong turn in life? Like, you need those wrong turns in order for you to ascend. And most of the time those wrong turns are put in place in order for you to ascend from, because that's what I need you to ascend. You need to get through that in order to ascend to the next version of you, to the next mindset that you're going to achieve, to the next experience that you're going to experience, right? To some degree. As you ascend, you heal others around you, right? So they always say the black sheep is always the one that's going to heal the family, right? They see you doing it, and then next thing you know, everybody else is like in a different state. Have you ever noticed that when you walk into certain places that your energy changes the vibe? Yeah, that's you, right? I bet that's you. You notice people stay quiet. People look. People admire. People are curious. Perceived good and perceived bad people admire and are curious, right? Let's kind of dive into this. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to know. Show me what I need to know. Show me what I need to feel. Show me what I need to taste. Show me what I need to hear. Show me what I need to sense. The Hermit, Virgo energy, 9 of Cups, Star. Starting off strong. Virgo symbolizes healing. The Hermit symbolizes healing. Healing, emotional fulfillment, emotional satisfaction, which come true in the Star card. Wow. Did you ever expect that you'd get to this point in your life, or that it's possible? The Hermit implies that there is healing that's taking place, shining the light on what needs to be lit, going down into the depths. Welcome to the depths. If you're there, we're always there. And shining the light on what needs to be lit, right? There's a wise old man here who has the light. It is about going into that darkness, perhaps a subconscious space, and shining the light on what needs to be lit. It needs to be lit in darkness, right? Darkness is energy that needs a touch of light. It's a card that I created. Energy is darkness that needs a touch of light. Darkness is energy that needs a touch of light. That makes more sense. There's a lot of light being shined, wish fulfillments at the same time. There is a lot of emotional satisfaction. Perhaps you are on your spiritual journey, wouldn't be here, right? And you're looking for emotional satisfaction. I can say here that healing is taking place, like dead ass, flat out. like healing is taking place on an emotional level. emotional contentment at the same time. If you wanted to make a wish, hey, guess what? It's here. Like this is this is a wish come true. And Nine of Cups can symbolize your wish is granted by way of healing. By way of a practical approach at the same time, perhaps practical energy healing, perhaps grounding. Oh, that definitely came through. Like there's a grounding component here, a very taking your time and doing the work that needs to be done in order to feel that wish fulfillment. Maybe that wish fulfillment is a sense of healing, right? Okay. Where do we go from here? Hard work. Eight of Pentacles. Where do we go from here? Okay, we move. We move. We work hard and we move fast. Let's figure out what we are working hard at and what we are moving fast at. We're trying to master something. We will continuously master ourselves and not even master, but gain a sense of awareness, right? When it comes to your healing journey, I always say like once you start, like you really can't stop. Even like I didn't try to stop, but I was like, okay, let me go back and commune with society and the world. And I was like, no, that doesn't work. No. And so what do we do next here? We put our head down. We put our focus and our attention, and we put the momentum of energy into our wish fulfillment, into where we want to go next. And we move fast. This is very fast energy here. I got to be very, very honest. This is like very fast. I think what it's also saying is like, don't stop working hard here. Just because you might feel like you're in a space, like you have ascended and there's parts of you that has healed, there more shall be revealed. And I'm not implying that there's more that needs to be healed, like as if you need to heal from something. But I think there's constantly always something that we can gain a better sense of awareness within ourselves, right? This is definitely telling me don't stop. Continue to work hard, continue to master your craft. Should I clarify some of these? Yeah, I don't want to keep pulling because then I'm just going to go down the rabbit hole and I don't know where I'm going. I'm doubting myself for saying that. That's what I just paused there for. I'm like, that can be used as a metaphor. Okay, so tell me about these wish fulfillments. Tell me about, we're ascending here and we are healing. We are healing energy. By us healing ourselves, we're healing the people around us, which means that you are taking part in the collective, in the collective consciousness, in the goal to help heal and bring people back in alignment with where they're supposed to be and where they're going, where their north node is, right? That aspect of ascending for yourself, sense of awareness for yourself, and by proxy, the people that are around you. Tell me about this wish fulfillment. Tell me about this wish fulfillment. Tell me about this wish fulfillment. Seven of Wands. Tell me about the Hermit. Okay, you have fought for this wish fulfillment. Maybe you are still fighting for this wish fulfillment, right? This hope, this dream, this healing that you desire, this emotional contentment that you wish to have. There is an aspect here that you have fought for this. I would have to say that some of you have already gained it and you're trying to protect it, right? Others of you have fought just to get. Others of you are still fighting to get it. Others of you are still fighting to get that, right? Now let's pull from clarifying the Hermit is the Five of Swords. It did require, healing required, oh my gosh, going deep within it requires, I think there's two sets of people here, people that know what I'm talking about and those that don't, right? Healing requires for you to let go of people, places, and things that are no longer serving you in the highest way. Untangle, pull, and release what no longer serves you in the highest way. Five of Swords really implies, like, I feel like I'm left out, people are leaving me out, or I'm left behind in some degree, or that very well can be you saying, I'm leaving you, I'm dropping these swords, I no longer need that extra baggage to some degree. You cannot heal. There needs to be a letting go process of people, places, and things in your environment, in your surrounding, right? Yes, we can love them and we can give them compassion, but not everybody is going to be coming with us, right? The wish fulfillment that you seek here, the healing that you seek here, the emotional contentment that you seek here has something that you have been fighting for and that you will need to protect. I think that is a warning sign right there, right? Just because you have it doesn't mean that people, that now all of a sudden you're untouchable. No. The more light that you shine, the more you attract. You're not always attracting like-minded and those that you want. You very well can attract those that would like to suck it up like a vampire, right? They love to see a light and shining, a light and shiny thing. You know, everybody likes shiny things. Doesn't mean that they know how to handle it. So sometimes you might have to put that protective aspect up. I would also say here that a part of you, for some of you that have been, what you have been healing from has been your inner protector. Your defenses have been up, probably related to some sort of conflicting beliefs, some sort of trauma that you endured, and your protector and your shell has been up, and it has been hard, and it is protecting. Now, I want you to ask yourself this question. Do I need, in my given surrounding, do I still need my protector to be active? I say that because I noticed in my own journey and in some others, we go down the path of protecting ourselves, hyping ourselves up, bringing ourselves up, ascending ourselves up, and our protector is still very strong and is pushing people away. People that, and these are not bad people, right? These are just people in general, right? We ostracize and isolate ourselves. Yes, because we realize that that the world is not necessarily vibrating at like the same frequency in the brain wave and the brain wavelength that we are at. But I have seen where we feel like we're ostracized, but it's really us ostracizing ourselves, when there is still a way to commune with people, to engage in relationships and in dynamics and in relational healing, right? Not everyone is going to be at that level, but what we can gain awareness from every experience that we are in by accepting people where they are at, taking what we may need from that experience, that level, that gain, that awareness that we need, and then let it go. What do we do with this? We're going through this again. Alvin loves to repeat himself, if you guys haven't noticed. That's just part of my Chiron and Gemini. I repeat myself over and over again because I feel like what I said wasn't valid. Oh, Chiron, wounded healer. Work hard and keep going. All right, tell me about this. Working hard, mastering our craft. And what are we mastering? We're mastering our healing. We're mastering our ascension. This is also telling me that it's just not ending. Just because we're in a high vibe and the Fool at the bottom, just because we're ready and we're willing to start over again, we feel fresh, we feel renewed, we feel like we can take risks again. Yes, welcome to chapter 2 of healing, and that's very well what it sounds like here. Tell me a little bit more about this. Tell me a little bit more about this. Am I taking that card? No. Tell me a little bit more about this. Am I taking that? It's going to be 5 of Cups. Five of Cups, Knight of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. Interesting, you pulled 3, Alvin. 3 is what you wanted, okay. Loss and sorrow, attacking. Okay. The reason why we need to continue the momentum and keep going. This isn't a time to relax here. This isn't a time to relax because you've waited for this. I want to say this is kind of aggressive energy. This is energy of like, what the fuck? Like, why hasn't it happened yet? Well, it happened when it needed to happen, right? The 5 of Cups is really telling me like you expected something and it's not exactly what you thought, or there is some sort of disappointment. The Knight of Swords just tells me that it was very like volatile, or it was quick. It was aggressive. And then the 7 of Pentacles is telling me like you're slightly bitter because you've been putting work into this and you haven't seen anything. Notice how this is the 7 and then here is the 8, right? So that's why I'm getting here. Like the reason why it's happening now is because there are certain things that needed to happen prior. And I feel like these are those prior things. You needed to sit in disappointment. You needed to go really fast and be impulsive and make impulsive decisions. And you also needed to sit and do some work and not see any results yet, right? This is really telling me like you needed to experience some delays in order for things to move in the direction and ascend and heal in the time that you need it to, right? It's kind of explaining like, okay, there was delays were intentional. So if you're wondering, oh, was that a wrong turn I made? It was an intentional wrong turn by way of spirit here. Okay, excellent. So we see where we're at here. We see that we are ascending. We see that we are healing. As we heal ourselves, we are healing others. Welcome to Ascension. Welcome to your next ascension here. Why don't we see what's coming next for us from the shamanic healing? Actually, do you want to use these guys? Okay, well, that is where we are at. I hope the title resonated with you there and it brought you to the story and how we unfolded that here. Should I get more details on things? No, I guess I'll think about that next time, getting more details into things. But the details are not necessarily irrelevant. If you were to look back at like, what were things that were disappointing in your life? And most recently, I would actually say in the last 5 months, right? What things have you gotten through in the last 5 months? Those were part of your ascension process. What things did you make hasty, impulsive decisions, or maybe even aggressive comments towards someone, something, a situation, right? Those in the last 5 months, that was definitely part of your ascension process here. In the last 7 Pentacles weeks, in the last seven months, what have you started and not seen results in? That was part of your ascension process, right? You see where I'm getting that from here. It's so interesting because like these bottom cards, for those of you that read tarot, nobody likes these cards. These cards are like, ew, like, oh man, ouch, too fast. That hurt and I'm sour or crying over spilled milk. I'm fighting and I'm left out. Like, if I say that, those were probably experiences that you've gone through in the last like 5 to 7 months here, right? I would say that in the last 5 to 7 months, you've probably felt like you were going backwards or went down or something was disappointing to some degree. That's what this kind of looks like. This kind of looks like you took a step back in order to take 2 steps forward, and now you're about to ascend. For some of you, this is the first time you're actually getting this insight because you're probably sitting in the lower part of this energy, and it's just like it's presented with like, well, I needed you to sit in that for a second, just take you back 2 steps so that I can ascend you up a little bit more, or laterally a little bit more, or a little bit. I needed you to heal from some certain aspects, right? Which is really why I say like things happen when they're supposed to happen. And you know what I realized? Something I realized in my own journey that maybe resonate with you, with my therapist. I actually just said this to him. I was like, sometimes I process grief in something that I think is going to be over, and I process grief so that if it ends, it doesn't hurt me as much. And he's like, well, it sounds like you came up with a method to avoid disappointment. And it's not that I want to avoid the disappointment. He could very well be right, and how I could see how that could be correct. But what I'm speaking to is I was so quick to judge that something's going to be over, right? Like whether it's a relationship dynamic or an opportunity or something that I was doing, I'm like, oof, that's not going to go the way I want it to, my expectation. So I grieve my expectation, even though it's not over. It's not over. But I sit in that and I'm like, I'm mentally like, wow, that's done. Like, this is where I went wrong. This is what I learned. I learned this about myself. I could have said this differently. I could have done this better. Even though it's not over, I sit and I grieve it. Now, I think that, and he's like, well, what happens if it goes well? I'm like, well, guess what? Then I'm surprised. Now it actually feels like an actual surprise, like it's new, because I'm allowing the energy to still flow naturally without my expectation, without me putting so much effort onto it, because I've already grieved it, right? If it's a relationship, if it's a dynamic, if it's a thing, or like, I don't know, if you're applying to a school, like imagine, and I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use that example. In that concept, like I sat one time and I'm like, I know I got accepted. I know I got accepted. I know I got accepted. Great. And then I got accepted. Like the law of attraction there, which is interesting. So, because it goes against the law of attraction. So my concept was like, oh, I'm going to grieve that it's gone. and then it wasn't gone. So I'm like, oh, I guess that was meant for me, right? There, I didn't manifest the opposite there, but I did manifest a surprise, a little delight, right? I don't know how to contextualize that in any spiritual concept, but I did the opposite of law of attraction. And I did that as a why did I say that? Because I did that as a protective measure and I also told myself, okay, let me just grieve this because I can't wait to do it again. Because the next time I do it, it's going to be even better, right? Like that was my intention behind it. It was just to learn the lesson quicker so that I can then do it again. I was so excited to do it again. I'm still so excited to do it again if that situation takes place, but I don't need to do it again because my first situation is actually a delight, right? Delightful, very like, scrumptious, like un bizcochito, Anyway, that was a rant. 25 minutes. I appreciate you if you got through the whole entire thing. 25:52 on the clock there. So let me know down below if this resonates with you. Welcome to a new ascension. We constantly ascending. I'm looking forward to the ascension process that takes place during the astrological new year when Aries season starts, and the nodes have already changed, the north nodes have changed, but we have the eclipses, and that's typically when I really feel like it's a new year. So perhaps we're ascending and preparing ourselves for the astrological new year, which is going to take place in Aries season, right? New Year's Eve was just the calendar new year. My name is Alvin Catalan. I am present. I'm done speaking now.